And hello everyone. This week's at a glance, at a mini, sh- a mini series, uh, at a podcast, topic, focuses on avoidance. You know, um, and just like overall, it's how that avoidance, that it has many hits. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, by the end of this, by the end of this episode, then I hope that you do have uh at least some a baseline of what I actually mean. All right. Now, I mean, before I dive into the topic too much, I just want to say if you haven't watched the short video I put out this week, go ahead and watch that. Before that I dive in, um, trust me, there's something that I mentioned there that I'm about ready to talk about now. So it just kind of just give you a brief overview, I guess, of what I'm going to talk about. Um, you know, um, but uh, yeah, it's the do as I say, not as I do. Short. But yeah, I mean, that. I mean, it's I can, I can, um, I put on a facade, and try to laugh it off, right? But I mean, the truth is, at the end of the day, it's really not a laughing matter. You know, um, I mean, the topic for this episode, it came to me, when I was thinking about, the fact, that my a therapist, um, for for those that don't know, I've been going to trauma therapy, you know, for a little bit, because a lot of things that are going on with me, I can trace back to my childhood. I'm sure that a lot of us can too. But yeah, so it's each week, that she tells me, that I should work on XYZ, and a lot of times, it's not anything too hard, in terms of emotional wise, but um this last homework assignment I got, now I'm gonna be honest, I've been like avoiding it like it's the plague, because like it's it's one of those touchy points. It's like one of those things that I know that it is like a part of me. It's like I know that it's that it's around. It's like I know like it lingers in the shadows. And and like and yet it's like I'm reminded like of it. You know, like in um in uh, in like a lot of ways. Um the other night, like I talked to my little boy about the like ancient Native American tale, um, which um, some may even say it's more of that it's more of a proverb than just like uh, like a regular tale, you know. Um, but anyway, that I talked to him about the tale of the two wolves, and how like that there's the good wolf and there's the bad wolf. How that they both live within, but it's up to us to choose like which one uh, uh that we feed, basically which one that we give our like energy to, right? So if we want to give like the bad wolf like all of our like energy, and just get like back at those who have done us wrong, basically like seeking like vengeance, you know um or if we want to like feed into the good wolf, that despite that they did us wrong, it's like do I really gain anything by seeking vengeance, you know and I think that like a lot of the times, if we actually stop and we take that step back, then we see that we actually won't, right? Well, I also have a wolf paw on one of the loons on the a dream catcher that's on my back. So the wolf paw that I drew, when I was creating the tattoo and all this and that I gave it war paint, and I put the symbol for like for warring sides. It'll 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 like, I guess you could say that the wolf paw is in the middle like of that symbol. Um, you know, and and for me that was me making like a small nod to that tale. You know, I think like at the like I think that at that point in my life that I just had to have, like a friendly like minder, you know, um, like just just like keep me like on my toes, you know, um, and and um what better way to do that than to put, like a small piece, of what would have been passed down to me had certain things not happened, like all those years ago, well before I was born. Yeah, that my ancestors would have passed it down, like over the generations, you know, um, and I would have had found out about it that way, and still I probably would have chose to have it like tattooed like on me, so that way like I can't say, well, I totally for like I got it. No, because it's right there, right? Um, you know, but that's the thing though, I mean, um, that my heritage that it matters to me, you know, um, and that it's like like that opened up this like whole other thing, which I'm not gonna get into here because this is just uh that this episode isn't meant to get into like the regular like podcast flow where like I talk about like multiple like topics. So I'm not gonna go beyond that, you know. But that I will say that I will talk a little bit more about that part of my heritage as a part of National Native American and uh, a Heritage Month. Um, but um, yeah. So yeah. So yes, I am really going to make you wait until then to actually hear about that that part like of my heritage of my family tree. Yes I am. Okay, so anyway, now that that's out the way, I can get back to this whole like avoidance thing. Okay, so like that I was like I think about like um what happens when I feel threatened, like what goes on like internally, you and and um and like what do I think of the world, like around me because of that, you know and yeah, like I will say like that I avoid it, like I'm thinking about it, you know, like all the way up until, you know, that, that it hit me like in my face, and it was like, yeah, like you feel threatened, or you feel like somebody is coming at you like the wrong like way, so you naturally respond in like a certain way, you know, like and I also think that that goes into like a little bit of perhaps like why I have trust like issues. If I had to take a guess at it, you know, um, it's like that. Like for me, it's like it's more like that. My mind thinks. Well, I would say like part of my mind thinks that that my method's not working, that I'm under attack, um, and then it's like this, like alternate me, like, takes like over, and it tries, you know, to keep me safe and everything else, uh, take up for me, to have my back, um, you know, like it's gonna do what it feels that it has to do, and like for me, it's like I think that's what that the wolf's like purpose like is, you know, because otherwise, I think I'm just like calm like into like a visual for the like a most part, um, but I mean that could quite naturally be up for like debate, you know, yeah, depending on the circumstance or whatever else, right? Okay, so now, I'm going to dive straight in to what I meant by avoidance, that it has mini heads. So, for instance, like I get tends to be your friend. Like it's like, hey, yeah, you don't have to worry about this like right now. I mean, you can just let that just like go for like a bit, and then you let it go this day, the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year, even, without really like thinking like about it at all, and why did you thinking, yep, like avoiding this is the best thing I could possibly do, because I ain't gotta worry about it, I mean, it's so like, it's like I feel better that I don't have to deal with this right now, or whatever else, um, but at the exact same time, like that it also feeds on our vulnerabilities, you know? So, I mean, it's like that it knows what we can and can't, like, deal with at, it's like at a given point, like that it knows that, you know? And when there's those moments, that while that it's feeding on those vulnerabilities. That at the exact same time that it's doing that, like it's producing cracks, like in our rifts that like allow our inner demons to get into our minds, because we're like vulnerable, and so when we're vulnerable and we're like upset or we're like angry or it's like some other like a form of like like emotional pain or distress, you know like it's like easier for like all those like inner demons, to slip through, and to be able to take us down that rabbit hole, take us like into the like abyss, to can convince us like of different things. It's like even things that we know that are likely not going to be truthful, you know. But it's like, that the bigger that the crack gets, is it's the more a power in that moment. Like it's the more like opportunities that the inner demons have, to like get in to our minds, into the way that we like think about things, you know, um, you know. So who wins in the end? Like if you ask me, personally, like that I say that it depends. You might be thinking like, well, why does it? Well, well, uh, well, here's why. That if we take the hard stuff forward, to stop avoiding things that we feel are too difficult to face or to deal with, we can take that power back. Like we can start to close each crack and rift, that has been made. Um, or if we fail to take that hard step forward and keep avoiding, what we feel is too difficult to face or to deal with, then then there's a chance, there's a risk that eventually that it will can assume us if we let it, because like at that point, like at that doggone like a moment, it's like we're only allowing like the cracks to get bigger. We're only allowing the rifts to get bigger. We're not trying to actively do anything that can effectively help us with the like issue. The reason that we like to like avoid things, it's because for like some of us, like that they hurt. Like the same reason why I avoided doing my trauma like homework, because I don't want to have to like think about those like moments. I I don't want to have flashbacks like about things, like about like painful things, about things that that for the most part that I think are like locked away, like and like the deepest part like of my mind, but like you let those cracks in there, those rifts in there, and then guess what? Um, the integrity of Pandora's box is like weakened, and if it's weakened enough, then those things can start to get out. Um, and I'm not saying that this is like gonna be easy at all. No. But what that I'm saying is that that it's up to us. Basically, we hold all the cards. Avoidance, it doesn't hold like any cards. It only holds the cards that we allow it to hold. We're the ones who like ultimately can decide who wins in the like end of this. Like it's up to us. Um, so yeah. So like if you're someone who's been like avoiding things because they're too hard or too difficult to like deal with, like that, I would say just take like baby steps. Just try to deal with one thing at a time. Just try to deal with it. Like in small like pieces. Per like apps. Don't try to deal with it like all at once. And if you know anybody who could per like a helps like a benefit for anything that I mentioned here, please pass this video like along to them. Um, for those of you who took the time out, to like listen to this, like even if it was just like a couple like minutes, I want to say thank you. Um, and and as always, and until the next one, like until next time, I hope everyone has a safe and a wonderful week.